Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper, and today we're going to be talking about a cipher that is solved in RAVE in the Redwoods, and it's a very interesting cipher at that, and the way it's solved, the content of it, and everything like that, that's what we're going to be talking about today. It's going to be a very cool episode, so if you guys do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like. It would always be appreciated. And without further much talking, guys, without too much ado, let's go ahead and get into this. Now, both Treyarch and Infinity Ward do ciphers a little bit different. Like, they have their own style and their own spin on it, which is really cool. Treyarch usually takes, actual letters, but just kind of scrambles them up and makes, a different key for each one, so we have to solve it. Infinity Ward usually uses symbols that we have to decode and then put together to make one coherent message, and that's what we have today. But the way that you find these symbols is very interesting. Most of you guys probably know about the Ghosts and Skulls 2 steps, the ones that took literally forever to solve, and there's one really ambiguous step that we have to go and find symbols that look very similar to the ones that are in the Pack-a-Punch room, and they go and they flash around and you have to match them up and things like that. So basically, if you take these symbols and you write them down and put them in a certain combination, they actually make a message. Now, before we get into the translation of the message, I want to give a big shout out to the guy who ended up solving it. His name is SmartGuy316, so you guys can go check him out if you want to, and he would really appreciate that. So once you're able to take those symbols and get the corresponding words for it, you're able to make this message right here. The soul key guides their damned souls to eternal salvation. When you take this message for what it is, when it's just at face value, it's pretty simple. There really isn't a whole lot to discuss about this, unless we take it in a direction where I was kind of thinking about after I read it and just kind of pondered about it for a minute. So we're going to talk about that in just a second, but this is basically, you probably will be thinking about this as talking about our original 4 characters, or basically the playable characters that we are in Black Ops 3, and it makes sense because, throughout all these maps, we're trying to get pieces of the soul key in order to get the full soul key at the very end, probably go back to Spaceland and open that jar, whatever's in there, probably release the souls of our characters is where we think this is going to go, but I think it actually might have a little bit of a twist on it. But if they go the non-twist route, if you want to call it that, it's going to play out exactly, quite literally exactly like Black Ops 3 did, right? We're getting all these pieces of the soul key to eventually at DLC 4 find salvation, or basically in Black Ops 3's would be the house, with Dr. Monty and things like that, but in Infinite Warfare, what could that be? So just kind of thinking about that, I hope they don't go that route where it's going to be very predictable about where it's going to go. I hope this twist comes into play. I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I think it is. Now, you guys know that we've had a celebrity character in Spaceland, and we had David Hasselhoff, and then in RAVE in the Redwoods, obviously we had Kevin Smith, and then probably in DLC 2, we're going to have Pam Grier, and then we're going to have 2 more characters in DLC 3 and 4. So basically what I was kind of thinking about is that since these characters have been in a World Wire film longer than our originals, they're dead as well. Maybe this is Cypher's talking about how they're kind of maybe in cahoots with World of Wyler, the celebrities are, in order to use these 4 characters to save them. Let me expand a little bit on that idea. Do you guys remember in Black Ops 2 when Rick Toffin and Maxis were using the transit characters in order to basically do their bidding for them and to give them more power? What if the same kind of thing is going on here, except with the celebrities are using our original 4 in these maps? Like, that's something to think about, and maybe they're using them so they can escape the World Wire films and not our original 4 characters. Now, I don't know that for sure, and I can't tell you that's a fact, but that's just something that I was thinking about, and a little just kind of a theory that I had about this storyline. So we're going to have to see where it goes in the future, which I'm really excited for. And honestly, this map, RAVE in the Redwoods, did not have as many ciphers as I thought it would. I think there was, 3 in Spaceland, and there so far has only been 1 found in here. If there's other ones laying around, you guys can let me know in the comment section down below. I'd be interested in those, and I would definitely cover them here on the channel. So that is the message that we got with the cipher. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this one in the comment section down below. Now, unfortunately, this zombie storyline, compared to Treyarch anyway, is definitely not as in-depth as, Treyarch, how they do their story, but it's okay, and it's interesting to see how they went from, like, a really in-depth cipher that was in Spaceland, the one about Mephistopheles, and then we kind of just have this one, which on face value is kind of bland. It doesn't really hold a lot of weight, at least in my opinion anyway, unless it has, like, a double meaning or means something else. I don't really know. You guys can let me know what your thoughts are on that in the comment section down below. But other than that, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like on it, and if you are new to the channel, make sure to be subscribed if you are not already. If there's any other ciphers or anything like that that's going to be solved, I'm going to keep you guys up to date here on the channel, so I would really, really appreciate that if you guys do stick around. So other than that, guys, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.